Hello guys. I know that I haven't been to, YouTube for a while, and hopefully this video gets a lots of views and motivate you guys to be, whatever you can do whatever you want in life. This is just a motivation video, but specifically not in general, but for running, right? I guess I'm just gonna make a straight simple video of, like why, anyone can, run a sub, 5K, sub 20 minute, 5K, right? Yeah, sub 20 minute, 5K is like really easy, right? To me. But for you guys, who don't like running or your outfit, then this may be really hard to you. And I just found out that anybody can run a sub, 20-minute 5K. Are you crazy? No, I'm not crazy. I'm not a crazy person. I've done this many times. Even on my bad days, like I could still get under 20 minutes, or my tempo runs even faster than a 20-minute 5K. I'm just not just only males can do it, even females can do it. This is straight like common sense. I mean, some people think that running, 5 kilometers in under 20 minutes is ridiculously fast. No, it's not. I mean, depend, like where you live, if you live in a poor country where they make you run all the time, then of course, like you're gonna beat that time in no time. Why anyone in general can do it if they're fully healthy, assuming like no disability, nothing, right? The only reason why you cannot run a sub 20-minute 5K run is either you're disabled, or you're just too old, or you have really bad health condition. I mean, if your body's in really bad condition, or if it's disabled, or if you're in a wheelchair or something like that, or if you're like way too old or something like that, or just way too young or immature, then the chance of you subbing a 20-minute 5K is absolutely no chance, right? Yes, you have to be fully healthy, just like regular people. Even for a regular person, they can like get under 20 minutes 5K. You're not explaining like how fast is a 20-minute 5K pace. How fast it's like something like 9 to 9.5 miles per hour. It's really not that fast. Come on, man. If you sprint that for, why don't you go on the track and sprint for 100 meters, and you're gonna realize how slow is a 6-minute mile pace is. It's very slow when you sprint, right? So how to sub a 20-minute 5K? So that's around a 6:25 or 6:26 minute per mile pace, right? So let's just equate this, man. So if you want to run a 20-minute, a sub 20-minute 5K, then you obviously have to run every 100 meter, around like 24 seconds, right? Yeah, so that's a 24-second per 100 meter, and I know that most people, if they sprint, they get like 15, at least. I say an average person can run the 15 seconds, 100 meter. Some, fit one, they can get like 13 or 12. For me, I hardly train for 100 meter, and I'm getting like 13 seconds 100 meter. So yeah, if you run like a 13 or 50 seconds in 100 meter, then of course a 24 second 100 meter will be really slow. And I'm pretty sure even even the small kids can run 100 meters in less than 20 seconds. Let's just say that alone. So, but the problem is you got the speed, but you just don't have the endurance. You're just not trained enough. Some people does like other aerobic activity. They don't specifically like train for running. They do like a lots of aerobic activity like bicycling and all that stuff, and they still somehow sub a 20-minute and 5K, right? And I just noticed that a lots of millions of people runs like marathon every year, right? The 26.2 miles, which I will be covering that in another video, but there's like 1 to 200 people that can actually run a marathon, right? That means anybody can do it, if they put their mind to it. It's not just motivation, but you just have to get the way, like how speed gets to things. So if you want to run a marathon, that's more of endurance, but if you want to run 5K under 20 minutes, it's more like a speed. Yeah, so how fast what does it take to run, like, let's say a sub 20 minute 5K? What does it take? So you probably have to run a mile under 6 minutes, which which is capable of, like, anyone can do it. I mean, even the person that sprints around like 15 or 16 miles per hour can just run like 9 miles per hour for 3 miles, like for 3 miles. That I know is a fact. So let's just say that you're a sprinter. Let's say that you train well for sprinting. If your top speed, if you run 100 meter like 17 or 18 miles per hour, which I'm capable of doing as of right now, then. But hey, my top speed when I sprint is like close to 20 miles per hour, and I still run like. I mean, on some normal days, I can probably run 5K, around like 18 minutes. So, of course, you can run, you can get like 1959, 5K, right? Let's just say that if you can jog comfortably, let's say 200 meters like under 45 seconds. Let's say if you can do that in a jog, or if you can run 400 meters in less than let's say 130 without struggling at all, then you can run a 6:25 pace for 3.1 miles, right? So yes, I seen that a lot of people, they can run like 20 to 30 miles in a day. I see a lot of people can complete marathons. So if they have that much talent to complete a marathon, then just imagine if they spend all that talent on the speed workout, then of course they can hold that 620 mile pace per minute mile pace for 3 miles, right? Yeah, so I just tell you like how difficult running marathon. Maybe running marathon will be easier, or sometimes even tougher than running a sub 20 minute 5K run. Well, how do I know that running a 20 minute 5K run it's very comfortable anyway? Because I just watched the runner on the YouTube channel, right? He's he said that like there's just like anyone can get on the 20 minute 5K, which I technically agree. If it's a Kenya runner, they can probably even like, this is like they can run like a 20 minute 5K at the recovery pace, which is really fast, because they're running like a sub 5 minute mile pace for the entire marathon. So of course their recovery pace is gonna be that fast. Like they don't even have to try, or they can just even do fast walk, just a 20 minute 5K. And there's this crazy guy that can even run backwards, like a sub 5K 20 minute, right? I mean sub 20 minute 5K running backwards too. So people can be at disadvantage, and they can or people can do like weird stuff in running, and they can still get under that bar, right? Let me predict how fast you need to run a mile to break that 20 minute 5K. You probably need your mile time to be around, let's say, between 540 to between 550. But for an endurance runner, maybe they can run slow as 550, and they can still run a 625 minute per mile pace for 3 mile. But for a person who don't have endurance, then they may have to get 540 or quicker. But for me, I probably have to run like around, let's say, 545 minute per mile pace just to get under the 20 minute mark, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that 24-second 100 meter is not that difficult. But you just have to remember, you just have to hold the pace. It's all about holding the pace. You do need some speed and you do need some endurance, right? Yeah, so I want to end up video here. Comment below, if I make any sense or not, or if you think like this is just ridiculous. I don't think it's ridiculous. I just think that people are just not disciplined enough. But let me tell you like what happened, beginning of my, early years. So about a few years ago, around high school, I only fit to run like only fit enough to run, sub 6 minute mile. I can never get under 550 for some weird reason. Well, not weird, but it's because I just didn't have discipline. And when I'm disciplined, when I keep running hard, every day and almost every day and stuff, then there's this, let's say, like as mad as a few years later, I run a sub 5 minute mile. But was it easy? No, it wasn't easy. I just have to keep trying, trying. So yeah, when you try so hard in life, then, or especially in running, then your average pace for 1 mile could be your average pace for 10 times the distance, or for 10 miles. Your average pace for 10 miles, maybe as fast as you run for like your 1 mile run, and that seems to be crazy, man. And me just being very healthy, being healthy, taking care of yourself, and eating healthy diet, there's just simply no excuse of like why you cannot run let's say 26 miles in one day, or even running a sub 20-minute 5K. There's just no reason for you. Well, just as long as you train correctly, you don't overtrain, yeah, you run slow to get faster. That's about it. Nothing much to say, so have to end off this video here, and peace out, if I miss out anything. So bye bye.